Welcome back to the Maven Matriarch, the podcast where we explore the balance between motherhood, ambition, and selfhood. I'm your host, Bianca Marie Burke, and here we get real about what it means to be both a nurturer and a builder. A woman raising her family while also raising her dreams. Back in episode 6, we talked about the time you don't think you have. Today, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into that. I might even make it a theme. If you've ever felt like your time is slipping through your fingers, like you're juggling your kids, your home, work, business, and even school, you are not alone. Today's episode is all about reclaiming your time, setting intentions, and moving through it from burnout to balance. This isn't about perfection, and it's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters to you with purpose. So grab your coffee, put your earbuds in while you fold the laundry, take me along on your walk. We're diving into intentional time. Let me share where all of this started for me. Not very long ago, I found myself in a season where every single day felt like survival mode. And this is normal, especially if you have a newborn, major transitions in your life. This can happen. But I was managing motherhood, taking care of the home, showing up as a wife, and just beginning to launch my business. I was also trying to grow as a woman. And believe it or not, that takes up your time as well. So my days were crammed, full, yet I constantly still felt left behind. So I'll never forget one day when I had this massive to do list, okay, super long. It looked impossible. I pushed myself to do it anyway. And by bedtime, I had only completed 2 things. 2. I felt like a failure. I sat there and I wondered, oh my God, what is wrong with me? Why can't I keep up? I'm not working. I'm a stay at home mom. And before you say anything, I'm being honest. I'm being real. I felt like I'm a stay at home mom. I have the time. Why can't I keep up? So that night, I realized something important. I wasn't failing. I wasn't failing because I didn't have enough time. I was failing because I wasn't being intentional with that time. I was scattering my energy everywhere instead of directing it with purpose. That realization shifted everything for me. I stopped chasing the time and I started leading it. Now, as I said before, it's not always about perfection. For me, fast forward to current, these past few weeks have felt so heavy and have been very challenging for me. I felt like, okay, I've got this, I've got it down. But right now, I feel more overwhelmed than I've ever felt in a very long time. And as I push through it, I felt the need to make this episode right now about that. As I'm sure you are, I've taken on many hats since becoming a stay at home mom. In this season of my life, I am everything to everyone. I'm pursuing my MBA. I'm launching 2 businesses. I'm creating content. And I'm hosting this space for women like you and me, all while I strive every day to be the best wife and the best mother. When the exhaust is turned up to the max, I ask myself, have I taken on too much? Then I remember who I am. I know my purpose. I know my mission. I know I wouldn't be doing anything else any other way. Furthermore, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, right? What makes you or me different from the women who build empires while they balance family, creativity, community, and leadership? These are women who prove multi hyphenate, right? Isn't chaos, it's strategy. We just need to be intentional with our time. So, what does it mean to be intentional with our time? I found that it comes down to three things: clarity, boundaries, and presence. With clarity, knowing what truly matters to you right now and not what matters to society or the people around you or anybody else, but what aligns with your priorities in this season. That's important. In terms of boundaries, protect your time. It's not easy for me to say no, but saying no when you need to helps to focus that time on the things that matter. And I always see this saying, remembering that every yes is a no to something else. And finally, for presence, you want to fully show up in the moment. I can't stress that enough. When I'm with my daughter, I want to actually be with her. So I do my best. I'm not perfect, but I do my best to be intentional. When I'm with her, if I'm reading to her, we're playing anything, I put my phone down, no scrolling, no emails, none of that. And I'm present. When I started practicing these three things, everything shifted for me. I wasn't magically given extra hours in the day, right? But the hours that I had, they felt so much fuller, richer, and more aligned. So I know mindset alone won't get you there. So I'm going to give you some practical tools that helps me to live intentionally with my time. And I'll tell you, this is a work in progress for me in my life, and we're doing it together. We're walking this together. So, one, it's my morning top three. Okay. So I choose three priorities for the day, three things. Okay. Back in the day, I was making a list of 30 things I needed to get done. No, not 30, not 10, three. That way, I end the day with a sense of accomplishment, not defeat. And so, even if I have a list of five, I make sure I have my list of three. If I complete those three, then I tackle the rest. The second thing is time blocking. And I know we've touched on this, but I create chunks of focus time. So there's family time, there's work time, time that I spend on, school and my schoolwork, and then there's rest. It doesn't work out like that every single day, but setting that intention helps a lot. Um, so these blocks, they keep me from doing too much multitasking. And when I find myself multitasking, I get exhausted, and then it just doesn't feel good. And I just want to lie down for the rest of the day. The third tool is do an energy audit. So once a month, what I do is I ask myself, what gives me life and what's draining me? And I know I touched on this in the last in episode 6. What's draining you? You want to cut back on the things that drain you, whether it's, delegating, you want to simplify, or just saying no. Another tool is to protect your margin. What I mean by that is even 15 minutes between the tasks that you have to do in the day, you want to breathe. Say I have to do cleaning or laundry. Once I've reached a certain point, I say, okay, boom, I'm going to take my 15 minutes. I'm going to sit and I'm going to reset. Okay. You need to move at a human pace. Moms, especially, need this buffer because we are always going. And lastly, do a weekly reflection. On Sundays, what I do is I look back and I ask, okay, did I spend time where it mattered most this week? What stressed me out? What gave me joy? And then I adjust that for the week ahead. And this is one of the reasons why I post these podcasts on Sundays, because it's part of my weekly reset. And I invite you to do that as well. Treat these episodes as a weekly reset to guide you through the rest of the week. So for me, these small practices, they add up. They help me to run smoothly, not run in circles. So here's the truth. You can't make more hours in the day, but you can create more meaning in the hours that you already have. It won't just help you get things done, it'll help you live more fully and more joyfully and more at peace. And remember, it's not always perfect. Like I said, these past couple weeks have been heavy. For me, the shift from burnout to intention was life changing. And I believe it can be for you too. Ask yourself this week, where do I want my time to go? And then with love and purpose, guard it. Thank you so much for spending part of your precious time with me today. I don't take it lightly that you choose to listen to the Maven Matriarch. If this episode resonated with you, share it with another mom who could use some encouragement. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you never miss one of my episodes. Remember, your time is not just something to manage, it's something to honor. You have everything within you to live with intention and build a life that lights you up. Until next time, I'm Bianca Burke, and this has been the Maven Matriarch.